السلام الله وبركاته. It's me عبودي. شباب معليش على السحبة، السحبة الطويلة إن شاء الله ما بسحب، بس الحين عندنا موضوع مهم جدا. إن شاء الله ما سحب. أوكي شباب، هذا الوقت شباب ما أقصد كذا، أقصد الشيء المهم اللي كنت أقصده قبل شوية، أنه تعرفون حموزه ذاك يوتيوبر حق فورتنايت الأسطوري اللي ينزل فورتنايت قصص قنبلة وتطبات يعني يوتيوبر أسطوري ما شاء الله عليه، وصل 1,000,000 مشترك. بس شباب هذا مو موضوعنا إن إنه قبل شوية هذا اليوتيوبر نفسه كذا كذا فجأة خلى فيديوهاته يختفي كذا، شام مقاطع يمكن خلاه خاص، وغير صوت الحساب والخلفية كل شيء، حتى مقاطعة خلاها غير موجودة. بس فتح بث، والبث هذا ما أدري وش وضعه كذا، بث غريب. وكبيرك بجيبكم لقطات صورتها قبل شوية، بس بصراحة أتوقع كده في واحد هكراه ونزل البث. والله الحين شباب الحين بجيب البث، لا تنسوا اوكي سبسكرايب خليكم مع اللقطة.
1,500. And you want to put 30,000?
Yeah.
We'll get to space pollution in a minute, but explain what were the reasons for it.
Yeah, so in order to provide high bandwidth, low latency connectivity to a large number of people, you need a lot of satellites, and they need to be at low Earth orbit so that latency is low. The problem with satellites that are at geostationary orbit is that they are around 36,000 kilometers, whereas we are at 550 kilometers. So gigantic difference in latency. For the Starlink system, you could play like a competitive video game that's latency dependent and still be able to play it with Starlink. It's like browsing a terrestrial system essentially. But Starlink is really, just to be clear, not a threat to 5G or terrestrial fiber or anything like that. But it's very well suited to low to medium density regions of the Earth, places where it is too expensive to trench fiber or put cells, 5G cellular base stations, and so it's really it kind of takes care of the people that just didn't get internet, or either the internet's too slow or too expensive, or they just don't have it at all. It's very well suited, a space-based system for serving like the least served, maybe 5% or something like that.
How big a part of your space business is it from your perspective?
I mean, I think it's quite significant in that the launch side of things, just launching other people's satellites and serving the space station, probably tops out around $3 or $4 billion a year of revenue. Whereas if we can get to say 3% of global internet traffic, then that's roughly $1 trillion a year business. Then we can increase our revenue by an order of magnitude to more like 30 billion or something like that. And then we can use the proceeds from that to develop the rocket technology necessary to get humanity to Mars and to the Moon and elsewhere in the solar system. So I think Starlink is good in and of itself for providing, like I said, providing internet access to the least served in the world. I think it's a fundamentally good thing in that respect. And also offering a little bit of competition in the cities, although Starlink can really maybe serve less than 5% of people in a city. It's just because of the way the spot beams from space are very big. So anyway, it's a very nice complement and a necessary complement to 5G and fiber. And like I said, it'll provide a revenue stream for us to develop our next generation rocket, which is Starship. With Starship, we're trying to achieve a fundamental breakthrough that is the holy grail of rocketry. that is to have a fully reusable orbital rocket. This is extremely fundamental. With Falcon 9, we have a mostly reusable rocket.
Which you recently proved it landed, correct?
We've been
اوكي شباب خلاص وغاتكم اللقطة. الحين لا تنسوا اللايك وسبسكرايب. بعدين إذا عجبكم المقطع سوي لايك، بس في كل حاجة إذا عجبك ولا ما عجبك هتشتغل تكفى عشان. وبس الحين بشوف البث وبشوف وش وضع الحين. يلا عسام. صح شباب نسيت أقول لكم هذا أول مقطع حطلع فيه صوتي، بس الفيس كام قريب إن شاء الله. يلا عسام.
Just have a base on the moon. But I think everyone would be like, yeah, hell yeah, we got a base on the moon. That's cool.
Yeah.
You know?
For tourism? What do you think?
No,
of
so the
space?
science. I think like a lot could be learned if you've got a sort of a science station on the moon, like we've got a science station in Antarctica and many other places. I think, and say, tell me, what do you think is humanity's greatest achievement of the maybe ever? It's like landing on the moon. You know, and that's inspiring, I think, to kids everywhere.
So you just sent up 4 civilians. Is that space tourism you're doing? And by the way, you have to be kind of rich to do it. Like from what I understand, I cannot afford to go to the moon, for example.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's got a bit more gravitas than, you know, metaphorically, figuratively, and literally, more gravitas than you know, simply tourism. It's not like going to Disneyland. You know, it's like it's more profound than that. So sometimes people use tourism in a sort of a negative way, but I think, you know, especially with the inspiration flight, I think they really, I mean, they filmed the whole thing